Happy Tarot Tuesday, guys. You can think of today's reading as a sort of mid-year check-in because the 6-month point in the year is a really good time just to look at yourself and be like, all right, this is where I've ended up, this is where I'm at, and that's where I want to go. Cool, right, sweet, let's keep moving. And that's kind of how this reading is, okay? So we're going to start off zoomed out and then just progressively get closer to ourselves. So the first card you can think of representing that real universal cosmic big energy that is affecting everything under its wing. And that card is Activated Earth, Power Lines, Ley Lines, or power places, ley lines, and trust where you're led. Okay, so this card implies that we are shifting, we are moving from one place to another, or we are going to, or we're supposed to. We inherently always are. The nature of energy is to move. Yeah, it doesn't sit still. It wants to keep going and going and going. And so we need to trust that. We need to trust that thing inside of ourselves that is always dreaming of more and thinking of how we can be more, and trying to think of where we should go next and who we should call next. And it's always like trying to travel places. And we should really trust whatever we are being led to at this point in time. Whether that just be you in your own space wanting to sit in a particular spot in the garden on a particular day, or whether some big journey is calling you, whether that be a medicinal journey or some sort, or whether it be a physical journey, whether it's a big holiday, or whether you just move houses, whatever it is, can you go with it? I've got a few things scribbled down right now. So the first thing is trust where you're headed. Trust is a huge part of this reading. We need this right now. We need to drill it into our brains. We need to rewire our neural processes to go from mistrusting everything to trusting ourselves, and therefore being able to trust everything else. Go places, do things. I can't stress that enough. We need open minds right now. If we're going to make any difference in the world, if we're going to be able to embrace this new point that we're at in reality, if we're going to help things get better, then we need to move, to be out in the world. And the final thing on that card is move with the energy. Yeah, everything's moving, everything's shifting, everything is doing its dance with it. Okay, the second card. So let's zoom in a little bit. Now I'm looking at society. I'm talking about you and everything around you and the world around you at this point in time. And I love this. I've been pulling this card for about a week now, and a few people around me have been pulling it too, because we're at the Hanged Man. Okay, and I love this depiction of the Hanged Man. So this card is a paradox. Yeah, it's talking about the action in inaction, or action through inaction, and the balance between the two and the synergy between the two. Like, we can't have one without the other, but it's so easy to fall onto either side of that scale. And so what is required of us right now is really to try and reel it in and understand how we can stay close to ourselves in order to do what we need to do, but do it from a place of giving ourselves enough space and enough time and enough rest and enough nourishment to do what we need to do. Okay, so my scribbles say, take time away to connect with spirit. Really take time out of your day to be with all that there is, and then honor your commitment to your body. Yeah, we are walking, talking temples, and if we don't have this, we are non-existent on this plane of existence. And then trust yourself. Okay, so she's got a little smile on her face. She's deep in meditation. And do you know how hard it is to go deep into meditation when you're in a headstand? For me, headstand is such a lesson in trust. Can I straighten out at that end point? Can I trust that I'm not going to topple over? And if I don't trust that I'm not going to topple over, then I am going to topple over. And if I trust that I won't, then I won't. You know, it's a really interesting place to be, and this is a beautiful depiction of that energy. So if that feels a bit out there for you right now, hopefully the next card helps me reel it in. I might revisit that, but the next card is talking about us. It's talking about, okay, so cool, that's what's going on cosmically, that's what's going on societally. Who am I in all of this? What can I do? We currently are the Eight of Wands, Lord of Swiftness. So we're talking about the realm of fire, that action orientation, that spirit, that passion, that part of ourselves that our driver and our motivator. And my scribbles say, get shit done, make it happen. Okay, like there's so much that we all want to do. Just fucking do it. Do it already, otherwise when are you going to do it? You know what I'm saying? And make it happen. So you create your reality. You decide whether or not something happens to you, whether or not you get to partake in something. Ultimately, you can really fuck with that, okay? And then taking action that is aligned with your spirit. So we have so much energy and so much fire, and we are so fueled up, and we know how to fuel ourselves up. And when you know how to fuel yourself up, my goodness, are you fueled, okay? So in order to avoid burnout, in order to avoid anger and reactivity and volatility, like I've been feeling myself really either sitting really at peace with the situations in front of me right now, or getting really heated and starting to argue and starting to really slip into my to my ego. So yeah, in order to make sure that we're not doing that, we need to make sure that what we're doing feels good because it feels right, okay? In any moment, if you ever experience any little hesitation with what you are doing, ask yourself, does it feel right? Is this wrong? And if it's no, then I don't see any reason not to do it, okay? So, it's a really, really interesting place that we're at, because we're being told to go where we need to go, and then just to chill out and stay with yourself and trust that you're already where you need to be. But also, we're already moving, so really make sure you're going in the right direction, okay? Have fun with that. Create with that. Like, my goodness, the creative energy is available in abundance. Do good, and that's it. Enjoy it.